All right, Coach. The first time we've talked to you so far this year, your team will be on the road to Billings, Montana this weekend when you compete in the D2 CCA Men's Basketball Tip-Off Classic, taking on Nebraska Kearney, New Mexico Highlands, and a ranked Colorado School of Mines. First and foremost, let's just start. How was the offseason? How was the preseason? And how do you feel the team is forming going into the season?
A lot of new faces. Could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. You don't know yet. Obviously, we get to find out more this weekend. But it's really good. I thought our staff did a really good job helping us put this team together. 13 new faces out of 15 on our roster. We got a mix of everything: high school kids, junior college kids, and four-year transfers. But we're gelling very quickly, which has been really good to see. Again, we won't know until we get to the weekend what that actually looks like. But, I've been really proud of the group so far for coming together. Team chemistry is coming together very quickly. And the question mark that we're getting ready to find out is, hey, what kind of identity do we have going into this weekend? So I'm really anxious to get on the floor against three really good teams, and my message to them this week has been, hey, let's go 1-0, and I don't want them looking ahead. I want them to focus on the task at hand, and for us right now, it's Nebraska Kearney.
And you pretty much already jumped on. I was going to ask you about your newcomers as well. Just what's impressed you most about their talent on the court, but also just off the court too, and their personalities?
It's a really fun group of guys. What I'll say is, when we came together as a team early, we were strangers. I could tell you that in a hurry. Probably the quietest first team meal I've ever had in 21 years of coaching. But we've come a long way since then. We've had to do a lot of fluff, kind of team bonding stuff, which is kind of out of my norm. In my personality, but it's something we needed, and it's helped us a lot. I think when you see our team and you see them together, it's just always different guys with different guys. It's never the same guys, which is good to see as a coach. And then when they're together, they just have so much fun together. It's been a really fun locker room to this point, but it's always easy when everyone's 0-0 right now, and then the hard part's when minutes start getting handed out and when wins and losses start getting handed out. So that's when everything changes for us, and you start really finding out what your team's made of. So this weekend is going to be probably the biggest question for us, is how we're going to respond when we get hit in the face the first time. And I don't know when that's going to be, but are we going to trust each other? Because that's when things get really hard. You kind of find out, hey, how close a group are we? And we hadn't seen a lot of adversity yet, but I know a lot of it's coming this weekend.
One more, sorry. You already mentioned, speaking of the hard part, what's the biggest challenge overall this season that you're looking forward to most working with these guys? Just
seeing us grow together. We put together a really tough schedule. It's something I've always done since I've been here. I want to be the kind of coach that goes out to play the very best. There's about 40 teams in the country that play in these preseason events. We were fortunate to get in one this year. I've been trying for 4 years to get into one of these classics. We get 3 extra games out of it. A normal D2 schedule, you get 28. This year we get to play 31 because we got to go to this and get into this. So for us, it's just, hey, how do we come together as a team? What's it going to look like? Will this schedule prepare us for Lone Star Conference play, which to me looks like it's going to be as good as it's ever been. We had about 4 or 5 teams already go out and play. I think we're like 7-2 through the week 0 already for basketball for us, and our league's had a good showing nationally already. Which is a good thing, I guess, for us, because it's going to mean our conference is not going to get any easier for us. It just looks to get harder and harder. So it's just, can we use the early portion of the schedule to really prepare us as we dive into our conference? Because I do think we got some of the best teams in the country in this league again this year.
With an entire team of new faces for the most part, what do fans have to look forward to, and what should they look out for?
I think this is a very athletic group. Since I've been here, probably the most athletic group at every spot that we've had. And we've had some athletic teams here, but we just, our strength and conditioning coach, Brady Connor's done just an unbelievable job with our kids. A lot of them we got here in July, and they started really just attacking the weight room and things like that. And so I just think the athleticism of this group is going to be something that's going to be fun to watch. We got some high flyers on the team, so I think we're going to see some highlight plays and things like that. But you're always going to see the way our teams have been built is we're going to be tough, we're going to guard on the defensive end, and that's going to be something that always sticks out. I hope when people watch us play is how hard we compete. And then I hope, you continue to see a team that plays together. We always preach team basketball, that we're always going to do that. Are we going to have a leading scorer? Yes, but that could be anybody on any given night is my hope with the way that we play this year. Because I think that's what's going to be fun about our team is, who is it going to be on that particular night. But I also think that's going to hopefully make it hard for our opponents to scout as well going into that game. Hey, we got a lot of weapons on this team this year.
And when you have to put together a brand new roster like this, how difficult is it as a coaching staff to get those guys to come together and mesh well?
It's hard, just finding them is hard. It's just we're in a different landscape right now, and I think if you look across our conference, even the teams that usually have a lot of returners do not have a lot of returners this year. And I think the portal, I think NIL, I think a lot of things have changed college athletics right now, and so just finding the guys, because we're still big on fit. We want to find people that want to be here and that are going to play together and they're going to do tough things, and sometimes that's easier said than done. So just finding them was the hardest part. Then once we got them here, it's just we had to do a lot of things that we normally haven't done, because it's almost like taking over a new job when you have that many new players. Who's going to be the leader? Who's going to be the leading every category right now for us? I mean, we returned one basket from a year ago, a total of 2 points. So we got a lot of question marks right now. And so the hard part early is, everyone thinks they're the guy, and getting guys to understand that we can't have, 15 guys with 15 different thoughts right now. We need 15 guys thinking one way, and that's how's the best way to play Angelo State basketball right now. So, for us, we've done a lot of things to try to put our guys in position to think that way, that, hey, we got to do things one way, and that's our way. But that's going to be a work in progress throughout the season.
Coach, obviously you already mentioned a bunch of new faces. What are some of the names that you maybe want to toss out there that fans can start to look forward to this year?
I think you got to go to angelosports.com and click on our roster and find out for yourself, because we got a lot of really good players this year, and I'm not going to name any in particular with the way this team is formed. We don't put names on the back of our jerseys. We tell our guys we're playing for the name that's on the front, and so we're gonna have a team brand, and it's just there's gonna be some standouts. I know there will be, but to me, I'm really excited about all 15 and what all 15 bring to the table this year, because from freshmen to seniors and fifth-year seniors that we have some really good players this year, and I think it's going to be a really fun team to watch.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach.
Yeah, thank you, guys.